If you've ever wanted to create long-form Disney-styled animated stories using AI, but thought it required expensive tools or complex software, think again. After testing dozens of options, I finally discovered a powerful method that delivers high-quality animation with zero cost. These are the types of AI content YouTube loves, and it is 100% monetization. It feels like having a full animation studio right on your device. Before I continue, see what I created with this tool.
In a small town nestled among rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a boy named Henry. He wasn't like the other children who dreamed of becoming firefighters or astronauts. No, Henry's heart was set on something different. He wanted to be a doctor, but little did he know, he was about to embark on a journey more magical than he could have ever imagined. One day, while playing in his backyard, Henry stumbled upon an injured bird. As he gently cradled the tiny creature in his hands, something extraordinary happened. The bird's wing, once bent and broken, suddenly straightened and healed. Henry gasped in wonder, his eyes wide with disbelief. At first, his parents brushed it off as a coincidence. But as Henry grew older, more miracles began to unfold.
Now, what do you think? You can turn simple ideas or scripts into full-length visual stories that look stunning and feel professionally made, like the one you just watched. Whether you're making animated YouTube content, storytelling videos, or digital series, this method makes it fast, easy, and completely beginner-friendly. Stick around, because I'll show you exactly how to do it from start to finish. If you're serious about telling stories with AI, this is your moment. Let's get started, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss the latest AI tools and tricks. To begin the process, the first step is to sign up for an account using the link provided in the description below. This link will take you directly to the official CapCut sign-up page. Once you've registered, you'll need to download and install the software onto your computer. The installation process is smooth and quick, and once it's complete, go ahead and launch the application. Right at the top of the interface, you'll notice an option labeled AI Video Maker. This is where the real magic begins. Click on it, and a brand new workspace will open up in a separate window. Here, you're given two creative pathways. You can either let the AI instantly generate a video for you based on minimal input, or you can choose to build your project from scratch with more control. In this guide, I'll be showing you how to use the custom project option, which gives you the chance to really shape your story the way you envision it. Once inside the new project window, CapCut will ask whether you already have a script or if you'd like help generating one. For those who already have a script, you can paste it in directly. But for this tutorial, we're going to let the AI assist us with script creation. Select the option that says Create with AI, and you'll be prompted to enter the topic of your video. This is where your creativity begins to take shape. I'll be entering the title of our animated story, which in this case is My Dream. Right after that, it asked for key points or a general outline of the story. I've already written out a basic idea for the plot, so I'll go ahead and paste it into the box. Now, on to the video length. You can choose how long you want your final story to be, anywhere from 1 to 10 minutes. For this demo, I'm going to set it to 3 minutes, which is usually the sweet spot for attention span and engagement. Then comes a really interesting feature: mimic writing style. If you want your AI-generated script to follow a specific tone or narrative voice, you can actually extract that style from a video. Simply upload a clip or reference material, and the AI will do its best to mirror the pacing, tone, and structure. For my project, I wanted to carry the whimsical and emotional tone of a Disney Pixar storyline, so I'll use elements inspired by that style for a richer output. This part is entirely optional, but it can seriously elevate the story if you're aiming for a particular vibe or brand voice. Finally, if you have any special requirements, such as plot twists, character traits, or even moral lessons you'd like to include, you can note them down before hitting the Create button. Once you do, the AI gets to work, building the script around your input with impressive precision. Once your script has been generated, take a moment to go through it carefully. This is where your story truly begins to take form, so don't rush this part. Read it with your audience in mind. Does it flow naturally? Does it capture the tone you imagined? Are the characters' pacing and plot points aligning with your original concept? If it feels right, go ahead and click Use. That locks it in and moves you to the next stage. But if something feels off, or the story just doesn't hit the emotional or narrative tone you're looking for, you're not stuck. Simply click Create again, and the AI will generate a fresh version based on the same inputs. Even better, you can fine-tune the script line by line. If a particular sentence feels too flat or doesn't say quite what you want, just click on it. A small menu will appear with options like Rewrite. This gives you the freedom to shape the narrative with precision, while still leaning on AI to do the heavy lifting. Now that I'm satisfied with the version the AI has produced, it's time to bring it to life with a voiceover. On the right-hand panel, you'll see a section labeled Scenes. Click into it, and under that tab, you'll find both the voiceover and media options. Let's start with voice. Inside the voiceover settings, you'll see something called Avatar. This is useful if your video includes animated characters who need facial expressions or lip syncing. You can choose from a range of pre-built avatars, or even upload and customize your own. However, since this project is focused purely on storytelling without visual characters, we'll skip the avatar part entirely. Next up is the most important element for delivering emotion: voice. Select the Voices tab, choose your language, in this case, English, and browse through the available voices until you find one that fits the tone of your story. I've decided to go with Cute Boy. He's a kid, has a clear, warm delivery that works perfectly for this narrative. That said, if none of the default options feel quite right, you also have the ability to create a custom voice tailored to your exact preferences, which is a fantastic feature for creators who want a unique audio presence. Once you've chosen your voice, simply click Apply to all scenes to ensure the narration flows consistently throughout your entire video. At this point, the voiceover will begin rendering, and once that's complete, you'll be ready to move into the next major phase: adding media. This is where your visual storytelling begins to unfold. So get ready to start layering in images, clips, and effects that align with your script and give it real cinematic depth. Click on the Media tab, and you'll see 3 different ways to add visuals to your story. The first and most powerful option is Generate AI Media. This is where things really start to get exciting. You'll begin by choosing your preferred aspect ratio. Since we're creating a YouTube video, the best fit is 16:9. It's the standard widescreen format that works perfectly across desktop and mobile. After setting that, you'll select a visual style that matches the tone of your story. For this example, I'm going with the fluffy 3D style. It gives the visuals a playful but immersive look that pairs beautifully with animated storytelling. Once that's done, click Apply to all scenes, and the AI will begin generating visuals for each scene based on your script and voiceover. While the AI handles that in the background, let me walk you through the other two options available in this media section. If you already have your own visuals, maybe you've created illustrations, filmed clips, or downloaded assets, you can use the Match Your Media option. Just upload your files, and CapCut's AI will intelligently sync them with your script and narration. It aligns the timing and content, so you don't have to worry about manual adjustments. It's especially useful if you're building a brand with your own unique look. Then, there's the Match Stock Media option, which becomes available once your AI-generated images are ready. This lets you tap into CapCut's built-in library of stock footage and imagery. Whether you need landscapes, abstract shots, or expressive character moments, there's a good chance you'll find something that complements your story. It's a great fallback if a particular scene needs a bit more visual detail or variety. Now that the AI-generated visuals are done, let's take a closer look. One thing that immediately impressed me was how consistent the imagery turned out. Scene after scene followed the same visual style and tone, making the entire video feel cohesive. To preview any image, click on a scene and then hit Replace. This opens up the generated image so you can see it clearly. Don't worry if it looks slightly pixelated in the editor. That's just a preview. Once exported, the final images are crisp and high resolution. This entire visual process is incredibly intuitive. It allows you to keep your workflow creative rather than technical, which is exactly what AI should do. Handle the complexity so you can focus on storytelling. Once you've added your voiceover, inserted all the visuals, and made your initial edits, it's time to take things a step further by refining the look and feel of your project. Head over to the Elements tab. This section lets you fine-tune what kind of automated enhancements the AI will add to your video. Think of it like adding seasoning to a dish. You decide how strong or subtle the final flavor should be. Within the settings, you'll see options to include or exclude various elements like keywords, stickers, sound effects, visual effects, transitions, and subtitles. For a clean, immersive storytelling experience, I usually leave keywords and stickers turned off. Instead, I keep sound effects and visual effects active, since they help inject emotion and movement into scenes that are otherwise static. You can also set the intensity level of these enhancements: low, medium, or high. I typically choose medium because it provides a nice balance without overwhelming the visuals. Once you're happy with your selection, click Apply, and the AI will begin applying your chosen elements across the entire video. Almost immediately, you'll notice the subtitles appear, perfectly timed with the narration. If you scrub through the timeline, you might hear newly added sound effects. Some will align beautifully, while others may feel slightly off or mismatched. Don't worry too much about that right now. This will be handled in the advanced editing stage. Next, let's talk about music. Music is what gives your story rhythm, emotion, and a sense of atmosphere. Click into the Music tab and type in a keyword that fits the mood of your video. I searched for Magical Story and found a beautiful track called Magical Adventure, which struck the perfect emotional tone for this piece. When you click on the track, it gets applied to the entire video automatically. If you feel the music is too loud or competing with your voiceover, click the three-dot menu and adjust the volume slider to your liking. Lowering the background music slightly allows the narration to shine while keeping the emotional undertone intact. Now that everything has come together, voice, visuals, elements, and music, it's time to polish things even further by adding transitions and bringing certain scenes to life with animation. Click Edit More, and your entire project will seamlessly open in the CapCut desktop editor. This is where all the layers from the AI-generated process, voiceover, subtitles, sound effects, clips, music, are placed neatly into a timeline for manual adjustments. The first thing I do here is to listen to the sound effects and remove anyone I do not want. Then I start adding transitions between scenes to create a smoother, more cinematic flow. Just click the Transition tab, browse the available options, and apply the one that best fits the pace and tone of each scene. Playing it back, you'll immediately see the difference, especially in scenes where CapCut has already included keyframes for subtle movement. These transitions make a huge impact in how the story flows visually. Before animating any characters or scenes, I like to enhance the soundscape by layering in additional sound effects that actually match the visuals. I navigate to Audio, then Sound Effects, and search for outdoor or playground sounds. Once I find one that fits, I drag it into the timeline and lower the volume to ensure it blends naturally beneath the narration. Now comes the fun part, bringing still images to life. Go to Media, then AI Media, and you'll see two options, AI Image and AI Video. If it's your first time using this feature, CapCut gives you a handful of free credits to try out the animation tool. After those are used, you'll need to buy more, but trust me, it's worth it if you're serious about quality storytelling. To animate an image, right-click it and select Open File Location. Find the saved image on your computer and drag it into the AI Media Animation tool. Here, you'll be prompted to describe the action. I typed a simple prompt, a young boy walking on the road. For this animation, I selected a static camera for a more grounded shot and used the seed dance model, which handles natural language prompts really well. Although CapCut also offers the G4.0 model powered by Runway, I find seed dance to be more intuitive for character-driven motion. I set the duration to 5 seconds and kept the aspect ratio at 16:9 for YouTube compatibility. Since I had already used up my free credits, I went ahead and generated this with paid ones. And the result was fantastic. The tool turned the still image into a smooth, believable animation of the boy slowly walking on the road, perfectly matching the narration. You can do this for as many scenes as you like. These subtle animations make a huge difference, especially when layered with sound effects and transitions. Let's change the caption to something better. Click on the one of Captions, make sure Apply to All is selected. At the right-hand side of the Caption tab, click on Templates, select the one that you like, and it will be automatically applied to all. With everything now in place, animations, transitions, audio, captions, visuals, it's time to wrap it up. Click Export, choose your preferred resolution. I always go for 4K to future-proof the content, but for this video, I will go for 1080p. Name your file and export it to your computer. Now you have a high-quality, monetizable 3D animated video, built entirely using free AI tools. No expensive software, no complicated workflows, and no production crew required. If you found this tutorial helpful and want more guides like this, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.
In a small town nestled among rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a boy named Henry. He wasn't like the other children who dreamed of becoming firefighters or astronauts. No, Henry's heart was set on something different. He wanted to be a doctor, but little did he know, he was about to embark on a journey more magical than he could have ever imagined. One day, while playing in his backyard, Henry stumbled upon an injured bird. As he gently cradled the tiny creature in his hands, something extraordinary happened. The bird's wing, once bent and broken, suddenly straightened and healed. Henry gasped in wonder, his eyes wide with disbelief. At first, his parents brushed it off as a coincidence. But as Henry grew older, more miracles began to unfold. A touch of his hand soothed his little sister's scraped knee, and his grandmother's arthritis seemed to vanish whenever he held her hand. Word of Henry's gift spread through the town like wildfire, and soon, people were lining up at his door, hoping for a miracle. But Henry wasn't content with just his mysterious power. He knew that true healing came from more than just a magic touch. It required knowledge, compassion, and dedication. So, while other kids were out playing, Henry buried himself in books about anatomy and medicine, determined to understand the science behind his gift. As the years passed, Henry's determination only grew stronger. He spent his days volunteering at the local hospital, learning from the doctors and nurses who became his mentors. At night, he pored over medical journals, his desk lamp casting a warm glow over his eager face. When it came time for college, Henry faced his biggest challenge yet. Medical school was tough, and for the first time, he found himself struggling. His classmates were skeptical of his claims about his healing touch, and even Henry began to doubt himself. There were days when his power seemed to fade, leaving him feeling lost and alone. But Henry refused to give up. He remembered the faces of all the people he had helped, the hope in their eyes when they came to him. With renewed determination, he pushed through the long nights of study and grueling exams. Finally, after years of hard work, Henry achieved his dream. As he donned his white coat for the first time, he felt a surge of pride and purpose. He was no longer just a boy with a mysterious gift. He was Dr. Henry, a healer who combined the magic of his touch with the power of modern medicine. And as he walked through the hospital halls, Henry realized that his true gift wasn't just in his hands. It was in his heart, a heart full of compassion, hope, and an unwavering belief in the power of healing. With every patient he treated, Henry knew that he was living his dream, bringing a little bit of magic into the world, one healing touch at a time.